Now we can get into Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
Game
so
3.
yeah, Klay Thompson, what a joke that whole situation is. We're gonna break it down for you guys here at the People of Boston.
Yeah,
and we got to talk about this, right?
Before we go into it on your end, maybe we'll put the clip in right now of what he said. So let's go to that.
What were your impressions of the crowd and the environment tonight, and how much was that a factor in the game?
It was not a factor. We played in front of rude people before, dropping F-bombs with children in the crowd. Real classy. Good job, Boston.
All right, so that was the clip. Joe, you have some notes. You have a lot of notes here. Wow.
I had a lot to break down for the people of Boston for this episode.
And you're the sports guy between the two of us. So
yeah,
that's why we wanted you to kind of run this and give your 2 cents. So what do you think?
That's right. I'm on point, not only because I'm like incredibly athletic and strong. I also have a great working knowledge of all contemporary and history of sports.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys heard what he said, and this is what I want to talk about. The reason why Draymond Green was getting those chants to begin with. Okay, so if we can go back a game, in game 2, what happened was Draymond Green fouled Jaylen Brown as he attempted a three-pointer, and this was after, Matt.
Now the chants you, hold on, sorry to interrupt, but the chants were like "F you."
They were like, "Fuck you, Draymond."
They got 5 perimeter players in,
and Draymond Green hearing it from the crowd with an obscene chant. As Brown will inbound, coming up on 4 minutes remaining.
Yes, that's the fuck you, Draymond.
That's the chants that Klay was referring to. In his interview.
So these chants are because of this.
Exactly. So Klay Thompson called those, the chants classy. So, but here's the thing: there wouldn't have been chants at all. Okay, if this didn't happen. The previous game, Draymond Green fouled Jaylen Brown on a three-point attempt, and this was already after Draymond Green had a technical foul. Okay. So he had one. If you get 2, you're out. Okay. So they didn't give him one on this play. But he'd already had one, so he had to be careful, and he wasn't careful. And what he did was he fouled Jaylen Brown. They're both on the ground. Draymond Green goes to get up, and he tries to pull Jaylen Brown's pants down.
Really?
Okay, yes.
Draymond fouled me on a 3, then put his legs on my head or whatever. I tried to get up, on either way, but I don't know what I was supposed to do there. Like some guy, they got their legs on the top of your head, and then he tried to pull my pants down. I don't know what that was about, but that's what Draymond Green does.
So this was
the NBA Finals.
That's right.
And they're saying that we're the Boston fans are the trashy ones,
right? And not classy, right? Yeah. So this is my thing. I would consider that move exceptionally less classy than the chants from the Boston fans last night.
Yeah, because you're a player. These are fans that are coming to see their team play in a championship game. You're the player on the court, but acting like you're 10 years old playing pickup.
That's right. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard as a player.
Yeah.
And my whole thing with Klay Thompson's take on this is he says that like no one's ever said a curse word in front of a child at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So sure. He's full of crap. And not only that,
just see all the homeless shit. People shit on the ground. That's all they see. Forget the curse word. They just have to step over shit everywhere.
True.
So all the homeless.
At the same time, after the same game, Draymond Green sits down with the press to talk, and they asked him, how he was feeling after he played or something.
Yeah.
And he said that he played like shit. And this is with his child next to him.
Marcus Thompson, the athletic. Draymond, how do you feel you played?
Like shit.
So Klay Thompson can't.
They don't possibly. No, they're doing this mighty holier than thou thing, trying to make Boston look like shit. But they're,
the only reason why they said, and Coach Steve Kerr for the Warriors said this as well, that it wasn't classy was because there's nothing that you could say or do to defend Draymond Green attempting to pull somebody's pants down in an NBA Finals game.
Yeah,
I mean that shouldn't happen in any NBA game at all. But it happened in the Finals game, and they couldn't defend it. So they called Boston sports fans classy. Weird. Weird. And you have that guy on your team, and I get that. He's your teammate. You got to defend him, but you couldn't defend him, so then you attack your opponent's fans.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And they lost, so they just sound like suckers.
Yeah.
They just sound like losers. If you won and even said that would be a little bit cooler. You win, and then you say, oh, yeah, they were screaming at us. We still won. But you lose, and then you come out, and you cry like a baby. It just...
Pouting.
Yeah. Well, that sums it up.
Let's go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
Who's gonna win
The Celtics. Because there's no other reason why. The Celtics are the balls.